Yo, what's up guys? Yeah, PokeaimMD here with a PU Wi-Fi battle versus Yuko. Now, this actually wasn't a Wi-Fi battle at first, it was a showdown replay, and my boy Common Dude changed it into a Wi-Fi battle. So that's something I've been looking for or talking about since 2013, maybe before, no, 2011, since Black and White. Yeah, I've been asking for something like that, like some sort of replay to a Wi-Fi battle, whether it be from PO or Showdown. So Common Dude actually did that, which is awesome. Also, I wanted to link his Discord down below because he does have this PK Hex legality mod, which means that you just copy paste your Pokemon and they're made 100% legal. And I want to talk on that topic before I'm crucified. When it comes to entertainment, I think use whatever you want. I don't really care. I don't judge you. I don't mind. If you go to a tournament, you know, an official tournament, obviously breed your Pokemon. That's within the rules. But right here, because this is entertainment, these are, you know, I'm going to do what's easiest for me. Anyway, so this is a PU battle, and looking at team preview, sorry to talk a little bit too much, but looking at team preview, PoIPOLE actually can do a little bit of work versus him. I'm Nasty Plot, I'm with the speed boost, which makes me faster than his entire team outside of potentially a Scarf Dog or Scarf Mesprit. And it gets set up versus something like Carbink or even Skuntank or even the Tangela. Now, I do have Spikes on my team, so the point is to weaken his team with Stealth Rock plus Spike, wear him down. He obviously has a Defogger, but he doesn't switch in well to my Magmortar at all if hazards are up. He hates Fire Blast. I have all-out pummeling as well, so I can do a little bit of damage. I can knock out Stoutland. I can knock out Aurorus, obviously. My Hitmonchan is a great spin in this game, being able to check Aurorus, being able to just spin versus Carbink, even with the Moonblast ain't gonna do crap. So I'm actually going to pause it and then we'll get right into the battle. I swear it feels so weird using Audacity to commentate. But anyway, we have a PU Wi-Fi battle. I lead Hitmonchan because it matches up well versus pretty much every mon on his team outside of the Mesprit as he leads off with Stoutland. I don't want to take a Choice Band return. So I'm actually going to pull my switch out into Feral Seed as he decides to go Tangela. This was a good switch on my opponent's part with cover, my Drain Punch, or any attack I want to go for. And it also gives him the opportunity to potentially knock me off or even HP fire me. So I lose my Violite, which really does suck since he does have that Tangela as well as the Aurorus. And even though it's not really an Ice Resist, this is my Ice Resist to that. But it does allow me to get some Spike Up or a layer of Spike Up and basically try and pressure the Skuntank from coming in before Defog. So he goes with Stoutland. I actually pull a double out into, or I pull a switch out into my Magmortar right here as he did end up going Stoutland. Now, I do scare him out because there is the chance that I can outspeed him and hit him with the Focus Blast if I'm Scarf or anything like that. My Magmortar actually does not outspeed him, but I decided to go right for the all-out pummeling right there, hoping he was like adamant or something. And basically it covered every switch he would make or that I thought he would make outside of potentially Mesprit, which I didn't think Mesprit would come out on my Magmortar right there, because you don't want Mesprit taking too much damage, especially when that's your main switch in to my Hitmonchan outside of Tangela. And while Tangela does have Regenerator, I have Spikes and Stealth Rock, which obviously Mesprit avoids, at least the Spike because it levitates. So that Carbink takes absolutely nothing from an all-out pummeling, but that damage is still pretty crucial for PoIPOLE at the end game, as I'm going to bring out my Mesprit. This allows me to get up my rocks as he's going to get up his. Now, this does invite in his Skuntank. However, I'm a Cobra Berry Mesprit set. I'm physically defensive, even though Skuntank can be running Dark Pulse, Acid Spray set. I can still take any hit, and it's more than likely because I got up Spike and Stealth Rock that he's going to want to go for the Defog. So I get up them hazards right here, and what I can do is just U-turn out of there. I'm pretty confident that he's going to go for Defog, and by him going for Defog, he gets my Magmortar in before Rocks, and basically, that's a throwback, man, in before Rocks. Woo. Yo, if you remember that statement, let me know. Let me know down in the comment section down below, but I get to go right for the U-turn right here. Bring out my Magmortar, and because Carbink is so low, if I actually go for double Focus Blast, I can 2-hit KO it. Obviously, I won't go for double Focus Blast. I'm going right for Fire Blast right here, but I get my Magmortar. There's nothing he can do to knock me out, and he actually opts to go for Poison Jab. Now, I understand him wanting damage on this thing because he doesn't switch into it, and everything on his team is 2-hit KO'd, and this lets Tangela do a better job versus my team with Leech Seed, which he ends up having, but at the same time, he just got rid of his Defogger, and I have a Rapid Spinner left in Hitmonchan, which spins pretty decently versus his squad. So what I do is I decide to take this opportunity to get up my rocks one more time, as he opts to throw off a Moonblast right here and not getting up his own rocks. I think he tried to cover maybe the Hitmonchan switch if I wanted to bring that in and get up Stealth Rock, but I mean I had Feral Seed and Mesprit as good switch-ins, but either way, he can get up his Stealth Rock right here. And the issue is that while my Mortar does really well versus his squad, I don't switch in well to his Aurorus anymore, especially with my Violite gone on my Pharaoh Seed. So while we do both get up rocks, this is giving me some U-turn momentum as he opts to stay in, knowing I would U-turn. He pretty much gets leftovers recovery anyway, but I get him Pharaoh Seed, and again, these spikes, when I put them up, they're going to be here to stay. I don't have a defogger, he doesn't have a defogger anymore, and while chipping away at Pharaoh Seed makes sense, again, he's trying to weaken it for Aurorus. It still gives me some spikes that are going to pressure him with my PoIPOLE in the endgame. Because again, I'm going for like a nasty plot PoIPOLE sweep, if anything. But goes hard into Aurorus, and I was a little bit confused because Specs could knock me out. Like, potentially Specs could knock me out without a Violite. I think it needs like a high roll or anything on mine. Shout out to Lugia, by the way, for this team who passed it to me. I forgot to say that. But I also know that my Hitmonchan, which is Assault Vest, and this is like really Assault Vest. Like, it's not Assault Vest. It's not Assault Vest, just max attack, max speed. No, it's like Spadef invested and whatnot. But I don't want to bring it in on a potential Specs Blizzard. One, I was a little bit paranoid of freeze, and two, I knew that if I brought it out after, I can get a rapid spin off and take his attack no problem. So he actually opts to go for the Blizzard right here, as I am going to go for the rapid spin. And it turns out that I find out, later after calculating, that this Aurorus is not Specs. So still does a decent chunk to my Hitmonchan, I'm not going to lie. I'm still glad I didn't switch that thing in. He made a really good play there, expecting me to rapid spin and opted to Blizzard to get off damage on me. Really smart because my Mach Punch does threaten his Stoutland as well as his Aurorus right there. And he's going to bring out his Tangela. So again, smart play. Still gives me a little bit of chip recovery on him. And while Regenerator is bringing back the Tangela, Spike and Stealth Rock is pretty much going to be doing its job. So I do have Pharaoh Seed as a really solid switch in, and I don't want him knocking off my Rotom fan. So I have to go right back on the Pharaoh Seed, as he pulls a very, very, very nice double out into a Stoutland. Now, this scared me because I was really fearing him going for the Fire Fang. And while I could have protected her, I also wasn't sure what the hell the dog wanted to do, and I wanted to get some offensive momentum. I didn't want to protect on him going for Fire Fang or Superpower, and me going out to Mesper and him doubling out to Aurorus. But he actually opted to go right for the return. So really, really, really solid play on my opponent's part. And then he pulls a really nice double out to Aurorus, predicting me to go right back out into Pharaoh Seed. Now, that was a really good play on my opponent's part, but after the next few Stealth Rock switch-ins, Stoutland has been worn down to the point that I needed it for PoIPOLE, as well as this Aurorus is being worn down for the Hidden Power. I believe, actually I have Hidden Power Fire, so it's not going to be doing too much to Aurorus anyway, but the hazards up are going to be nice. So goes to the Blizzard right here. I don't actually know why I protected. This is like the only misplay I feel like I made this game, which was going for protected there, because it took more damage, and it actually could have been bad if I got knocked out by this Blizzard, but thankfully I was not, and Gyro Ball from my Pharaoh Seed is going to be able to knock out Aurorus. However, though, I did lose my normal resistance right now, but at the same time, Spikes plus Stealth Rock is really wearing down his Mon. So I go Mesprit right here because, excuse me, I go Rotom right here because I'm Choice Scarf, and Rotom pretty much covered every switch you can make, and outside of, pretty much even if it was Scarf Mesprit, I still outsped it. So I can go for Volt Switch right now as he's going to bring out Mesprit. I thought that this might have been potentially a Healing Wish set, so I opted to go Mesprit because whatever he Healing Wished, it would be either Stoutland or Carbink, and at least I could hit Carbink with Psychic, because if he did that, if he went Stoutland, he'd still take the Saltbox Spike, and I can Volt Switch out with my Rotom and the Mach Punch him, but he ends up being a Calm Mind Mesprit, so I wasn't sure what exactly he was going to be able to hit me with, but I knew that I did not want him going for Substitute if he did have it, so I have to go for U-turn right here as he's going to hit me with the +1 Psychic. End up surviving, though, on just a little bit, a nice little, shout out to my boy MBZ, a nice little smidgen of HP right there, as U-turn definitely would have been able to break his sub, and I can go right out into my Scarf Rotom and just Volt Switch, and pretty much the game plan is wear him down, Volt Switch, sack my Mesprit on the next turn, and then come back in and go for Air Slash based on the Volt Switch damage. Should be able to knock him out. Oh, nice Firefighters going on in the background. Let me know if you hear that. But I'm also shot on the Mesprit. Gonna go right out into my own Mesprit. Sack it, like I said, to potentially Psychic or Ice Beam. And as he throws off a Psychic, gonna be able to knock me out. Nice. I don't know if he was Hidden Power fighting or ground or whatever on his Mesprit, which is why he didn't go for it versus my own Mesprit at +1. Because if he was Ice Beam, I more than likely would have knocked me out. But can go right out into my Rotom and just throw off an Air Slash at that range. It should be able to knock out the Mesprit. And it does, so great. Now, I went for Air Slash as well, is because I didn't want Tangela coming in if I went for a Volt Switch Plus, I wasn't that confident that I would knock out Mesmer at that range anyway. But he does bring a Carbink. Now, I go directly out to my Hitmonchan. I wasn't sure what he could throw off, but I knew that if he got up rocks, I can rapid spin them away anyway. Plus, I can Drain Punch through him as well. Carbink might have Moonblast, but Carbink is also super weak, so it's not going to be doing any damage to my Hitmonchan at all. So go right for that rapid spin as he is going to bring out his Tangela. I do speed this up a little bit because this is the opportunity that I wanted. Stealth Rock with Spike are up. I got the damage I needed on Carbink. And this is my best opportunity to nasty plot. So I decided to speed this up a little bit. Basically, I'm trying to sack my Hitmonchan. I actually went for Mach Punch. Like I said, I was trying to sack it. I don't want to KO Tangela, but I think I was also underestimating Tangela's bulk and overestimating my Hitmonchan's offensive presence because I basically rapid spinning so he doesn't get any Leech Seed recovery. But at the same time, look how little that Ice Punch does. It does absolutely nothing. It does absolutely nothing to my opponent's Tangela, and I can just sack my Hitmonchan while Ice Punching. I didn't want to get a potential freeze, I just did the most damage I had, but I can now bring in my PoIPOLE, and even if he switches out, it does not matter. I live a hit from everything at full because I am a Violite. Go right for the Nasty Plot right now, and the Nasty Plot ensures that I knock out Carbink with the +2 Sludge Wave. It ensures that I knock out Stoutland, and he opts to go for knockoff. That does not matter. I think it was a Jolly Choice Band Stoutland, so it might have had a potential to come back right here with Carbink, but it doesn't matter because I am Speed Boost PoIPOLE. I go right for the Sludge Wave, gonna knock out Tangela. This does give me that speed boost, and it will allow me to actually outspeed his Stoutland and pretty much sweep his entire team. Unfortunately, my opponent ended up forfeiting at this point and didn't give me what I was working towards the entire time, which was 3-4 KOs with PoIPOLE, but we do end up winning that one, and it was a really fun game. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you guys actually want to pick up my Drop of Draco socks, which are available for 3 more days, the link is down below. Thank you so much, Common Dude, for the help. It was really cool. I'll definitely plan on doing actual Wi-Fi battles, I think, on the stream at some point, maybe this week or next week. And yeah, follow me on Twitter because it's a great place to try and get Wi-Fi battles with me if I am looking, not tweeting at me asking me for Wi-Fi battles. The Joy Fountain might eventually get one. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you did, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.